Good morning to all of you. I'm thankful to Dr. Bharat Prakash Meena for inviting me to deliver this lecture and hope I'm successful in delivering this lecture. And you can keep your questions for discussion. And the topic of lecture is conservation agriculture based organic farming or conservation organic farming. Now, friends, I would like to discuss these topics in 1 hour time. Consequences of conventional farming. Whatever farming we see around is mostly conventional farming or chemical farming. You can also call it modern farming or industrial farming. Then there are certain problems with the industrial farming or conventional farming. We will discuss those topics. And then what are the replacements? What are the options available to replace this conventional farming? Out of several options, one option could be adoption of conservation organic agriculture, kind of hybrid between conservation agriculture and organic agriculture. This will be very small part, friends, because the research on conservation or organic agriculture is not done to the extent it should have been done. So I'll just touch upon this subject of conservation or organic agriculture. But rest part, most important part of this lecture will be on organic farming. And we will see what are the recent developments in organic farming and the data related to organic farming. And then we will see what are the important components of organic farming. What is the syllabus of organic farming? And then we will see impact of organic farming on productivity. Many times we are confused whether we get higher yields in organic farming or lower yields in organic farming. So we will discuss this issue and food quality, whether we get better food quality in organic farming than conventional farming. This issue will also be discussed. And then what are the environmental consequences or benefits of organic farming and farm income. And finally, we will see the constraints. Now we need to see what are the consequences of conventional farming, chemical farming or industrial farming. Existing farming has several issues like decline in factor productivity. Most of you might be knowing that in economics, there are 4 factors of production. These factors of production are also called as resources. So these are land, labor, capital, and management. Land does not mean just soil. Land includes your light, natural light or radiation. It includes atmosphere or air. It includes forest. It includes wildlife. And so many means other things, natural things are there in land. Then labor, the labor is needed to work, to do some work. And capital are the items on the farm which are purchased by using money. These are short-term capital. For example, your seed, fertilizer, fuel. These are short-term capital, and long-term capital or durable capital items are farm machinery or your buildings, roads, etc. Management, you understand, management is your farmer actually. The person who is doing farming is part of the management. He takes variety of decisions, which crop to grow, how much to grow, where to sell, what to buy. Number of decisions are made by farmers. So these are the 4 important factors of production. If we just restrict to few inputs like fertilizer, water, or pesticides, we see the productivity of these inputs or factors is on decline. You are in Soil Science Institute, so you must be knowing that productivity of fertilizer, factor productivity of fertilizer is also declining. 30 years before, 1 kg nitrogen could give you, say, 32 kilograms grain of rice or paddy. Now, at present, 1 kg nitrogen is giving you 15 to 60 kg grain of paddy. Any cereal, it is productivity of nitrogen. So now you need to add 2 kg of nitrogen to get the same level of productivity. That means efficiency of inputs is declining. There is no doubt about it. Now farmers are using more number of herbicide application, more number of insecticides, and so forth. So once we use these kind of inputs in more amount, that means we are creating pollution in the environment, and also we are decreasing the income of the farmer, because cost of cultivation increases. So that is the major issue with the conventional farming, that farmers are not getting profitable price of their products. Soil health and environment. In soil, again, you know what is the status of soil health and soil fertility in India. Most of our soil are deficient in nitrogen, carbon, micronutrients. You are aware of it. And also agriculture is partly responsible for pollution. Reduce biodiversity. Biodiversity, you understand, it is the number and variety of species in an environment, in a field, and it can be at a field level. Biodiversity can be at a district level, regional level, or different categories are there for biodiversity. Biodiversity can be above ground biodiversity and below ground biodiversity. Above ground biodiversity influences below ground biodiversity. Higher the diversity on the ground, higher is the diversity below the ground. So that means the number of crops in India is on decline. I give you example of Punjab. At the time of Green Revolution, they were growing about 18 to 20 different crops. Now the number of crops has been reduced to 6 to 7 crops. Only few crops are cultivated. And this is important reason for reduced biodiversity. And you know, if biodiversity is reduced, that means you will be using more pesticides, your soil health will be in danger. So number of negative effects are there due to reduced biodiversity. Insect pests and disease and weed incidence is on increase. They are not getting controlled. Many times we are having severe destruction of crops by insect pests and disease. If someone is from Uttar Pradesh, you might be knowing that for last 2 years, this red rot of sugarcane has become very dangerous disease. It has killed or destroyed larger area of sugarcane crop in the country during last 2 years. So likewise, incidence of insect pest is increasing in cotton. We thought that BT cotton is the solution for all the insect pest problem, but it does not happen. Now the minor pests have become major pests. In 1 year, in 2015, you know, this white fly, it destroyed the cotton crop in Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan, and many other parts. So these problems are coming up in conventional agriculture. Farmers' crops are destroyed and they are put on loss. Unsafe food, pesticides are coming to our food. I will explain it later. But at this moment, you must believe that pesticides are always there in our food. They are always there in our water, and they may also be there in the air or atmosphere. Another point is reduced nutritional quality. The kind of food we were eating 30 years before is not the same today. The taste of food may not be good as we used to have previously. There can be several reasons. The need for higher yields has also decreased the quality. Now we can claim, breeders can claim that this is zinc enriched, this is iron enriched, and so on. If your soil is lacking in zinc or iron, how come your plants will become rich in zinc or iron, no matter which variety you are taking? This is very interesting claim by the breeders, that this variety is rich in iron or vitamin this and that. If your soils are poor in nutrients, the plants will also be poor in the nutrients. And there are data from National Institute of Nutrition that quality of our food is declining. I will discuss it later. So these are the important problems encountered by our conventional farming. So we need some alternatives. We need some improvement in the conservation farming, in the conventional farming. Now let us see some more data on this. You can see human and agricultural activities. Variety of agricultural activities and human activities cause environmental pollution. Pollution of our environment means pollution of our soil, pollution of our water, air, and food. Just take example of air pollution. So in air pollution, greenhouses are there in the air. And these greenhouses, they are on increase. And the increased level of greenhouses in our atmosphere is causing global warming. And this global warming is leading to climate change. And then climate change can affect all walks of life. They can affect climate itself and crops. So you can see if we are doing anything bad to the environment, it will punish us. So, and then finally reduce yield and quality because of all these reasons. Overall, what is the message from this slide is that we are having unsafe food. It is full of pesticides and nutritionally poor. To get the same level of nutrient, we would be needing to eat more. So, and then what is happening? More diseases, increased visit to hospitals and higher medical bills, and more trouble and early death. You might be knowing that India is the country you see, highest number of cases of cancer are in China, but India is at number 2. These days, we are having this cancer problem very much common in our country. And you know about Punjab example, from Bathinda to Bikaner, one cancer train runs. Now, what are the options? What can be done to replace the existing farming or to partly substitute the conventional farming or chemical farming or modern farming? We have seen some consequences of modern farming. Now, what can we do? So there are a number of options. No single farming technique or farming practice can give answer to all the problems. You are doing training on conservation agriculture. That never means that conservation agriculture alone can solve problem of India or problem of any country. Some people are doing organic agriculture. So this is not possible to have all country under organic agriculture. This is not the solution everywhere. You can have integrated crop management, but integrated crop management cannot fit all conditions, cannot suit all conditions. So what I want to say here is that we can have basket of choices or large number of choices that can be adopted by farmers depending upon climatic, soil, and economic conditions of the farm. All these techniques cannot be implemented in one place. Depending upon the topography, the soil conditions, the climatic conditions, we can have these options in different places. So first option could be integrated crop management, ICM. I think all of you might be knowing what is ICM. In ICM, when we do our farming by adopting good agricultural practices or best management practices that result in integrated crop management. The main part of integrated crop management is crop rotations, and then you go for integrated pest management, integrated disease management, integrated nutrient management. All these integrated approaches are adopted in ICM so that there is minimum impact on the environment. So ICM can work better under many situations. This is good option. And these days, what people are doing, if you adopt ICM and combine any other enterprise or allied sector of agriculture, like fishery or maybe piggery, poultry, etc., then friends, it becomes integrated farming system. Integrated farming system means crop production by integrated crop management plus one or two more enterprises. Then it gives integrated farming system. So under certain conditions, IFS can be an option. Similarly, under certain conditions, organic agriculture can be option, or conservation agriculture is also options, and there can be one hybrid model, conservation organic agriculture. This can also be practiced under certain conditions. But at present, very least, information is available on this hybrid model of conservation and organic agriculture. So here, friends, I wish to tell you that one time I tried to know the difference in agriculture and farming. So as per my understanding, there is no difference in agriculture and farming. You can call it farming, you can call it agriculture. The Western countries, developed countries, they try to call it agriculture. And Eastern countries, developing countries like our, we try to put word farming more than agriculture under practical conditions. So for example, conservation agriculture. Why it is not called conservation farming? But organic agriculture in India, we call organic farming. We normally call organic farming, but there is no harm. We can also call it organic agriculture. So therefore, these two words have same meaning. It depends upon people how they use it. Another choice is mixed model. Suppose you are asking some farmer to adopt conservation agriculture. So it is not necessary that farmer will convert his whole field or whatever farm area, land area is available with him to the conservation agriculture. He can adopt it in parts, in some smaller area or in some area, he can follow conservation agriculture. In another area, he can follow ICM, or in another part, he can follow ICM practices. Similarly, year after year, in 1 year, he can follow conservation agriculture. After 2 years, he can go to ICM or he can go to conventional agriculture. So these practices are not fixed. We are not very strict in these adopting these practices. So one shoe cannot fit, one shoe size, how to say, does not fit all. So likewise, you got different stars in the sky, and each star is important. Similarly, there are different thoughts. Some people like A, some people like B, some people like C. All are good in their place, and some are bad in every place. So it is like this. So at this stage, if you have any question, you can ask. Okay. Now we go to differences and commonalities in conservation agriculture and organic farming. So first we need to understand some differences and what is common between these two. So tillage in conservation agriculture, it is reduced tillage or no tillage or minimum tillage. In organic farming, you can have tillage. There is no restriction, but you may not have tillage. This is your choice. If you want to do organic farming without tillage, you can do it. Crop rotations are necessary in both. So many times misunderstanding is there about crop rotations. So what happens? See, rice wheat rotation is 1 year rotation. So in 1 year, I will take rice and wheat, and next year I will take rice and wheat, and third year I will take rice and wheat. So that is the meaning of 1 year rotation. So I will say I am following rotation in organic farming or in conservation agriculture. But I think that is not correct. This 1 year rotation is not actually rotation. I say it is just repetition of the crops. You are repeating the same crops year after year. So in my view, rotation should be at least for 3 to 4 year rotation. If I say 4 year rotation, suppose you are taking 8 crops, 2 crops, 1 crop in Kharif and 1 crop in Rabi, and you are taking 8 crops in 4 years. So all these 8 crops should come only one time. All these 8 crops should come only one time. Then it is really diversification. Then it may be considered as rotation, crop rotation. Otherwise, 1 year rotation, 2 year rotation may not be that much successful. It cannot give sustainability to conservation agriculture or to say organic farming. Means longer the rotation, more benefits of rotation can be derived. You can have improved soil health, better weed control, better nutrient management if your crop rotations are for longer duration. I can suggest one rotation, simple rotation, just hypothetical. For example, you can take rice and wheat in 1 year. Second year, you can take maize, mustard. Third year, one can take pigeon pea potato. Fourth year, one can take maize, mustard. And fifth year, one can take pigeon pea potato. And sixth year, one can take pigeon pea potato. And seventh year, one can take pigeon pea potato. And eighth year, one can take pigeon pea potato. And ninth year, one can take pigeon pea potato. And 10th year, one can take pigeon pea potato. And 11th year, one can take pigeon pea potato. And 12th year, one can take pigeon pea potato. And 13th year, one can take pigeon pea potato. And 14th year, one can take pigeon pea potato. And 15th year, one can take pigeon pea potato. And 16th year, one can take pigeon pea potato. And 17th year, one can take pigeon pea potato. And 18th year, one can take pigeon pea potato. And 19th year, one can take pigeon pea potato. And 20th year, one can take pigeon pea potato. And 21st year, one can take pigeon pea potato. And 22 And next year you can take palm millet, and lentil. So this is how 8 crops are there in 4 years. So this should be followed. This is actual meaning of the adoption of rotation in conservation agriculture as well as in organic farming. Now coming to organic residues, they are surface applied in conservation agriculture. In organic farming, they are normally incorporated into the soil. Major focus of CA is to conserve soil, water, and improve input use efficiency. Here in organic farming, the major focus is on overall health of soil, health of plants, and then health of human beings. They are interrelated, and also to improve the food quality and adopt more ecological cycles. Adoption of ecological cycles is important in organic farming, more emphasis. But in conservation agriculture, you use a lot of chemicals and they can disturb the ecological cycles, I am sure. And then certification, in CA, certification is not needed. And in organic farming, certification is needed. Area, according to Dr. T.K. Das, is about 1.5, I think, million hectare. And area under organic farming is more than conservation agriculture. It is 2.66. This is cultivated area. So these are major differences and similarities. Now see, conservation organic agriculture. Friends, this is new concept, and National Organic Farming Research Institute in Gangtok, Sikkim, they are doing some experiment on combining conservation and organic agriculture. So this is an area, and most of you are young people. If somebody is doing on conservation agriculture research, then you can think of adding organic part to it, or those who are doing organic farming research can think of getting 1 or 2 practice of conservation agriculture in organic farming. So this is kind of hybrid kind of farming, but definitely weeds is a major concern even in conservation agriculture. So here is one study from Europe. They have compared 3 systems. One is arable cropping system in Europe. They compared organic, conservation, and conventional agriculture. Compared the 3, and they found that organic and conservation agriculture promoted ecosystem multifunctionality, means both were beneficial to ecosystem, especially by enhancing, regulating, and supporting services. They improve these kind of services, including biodiversity preservation, soil and water quality, and climate mitigation. Means number of ecosystem services are given by conservation agriculture as well as organic agriculture. Now, these are the nine advantages that occurred in both. These are the multifunctionality services. So you can see biodiversity improved, soil conservation improved by both organic as well as conservation agriculture. Erosion control was there, water pollution control, air pollution control, and better food production, improved income and work efficiency, and financial independence. So you can see over conventional farming, these CA and organic agriculture were better choice. Now you see, in contrast, so far productivity is concerned, this study suggested that conventional cropping, chemical cropping gave highest yield. Yield was more in conventional cropping, but it reduced the multifunctionality. It reduced the ecological or ecosystem benefits. And organic production resulted in higher economic performance thanks to higher product prices and additional support payment. And conservation agriculture, by this study, was found in between these two. So this was in brief about this conservation or organic agriculture. Now rest part focuses on organic farming. So friends, this is simple. These are simple brief history, recent history in India about organic farming. So I would request Dr. Bharat Meena to share all these this presentation with all the participants. So they need not to write notes or something like that, because this will be made available to all. So now, for example, in 2001, implementation of the NPOP, National Program on Organic Production, was implemented by APIDA. APIDA is a department under Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. In 2002, India Organic logo was released. 2005, NPOP standards were developed. And then 2004, establishment of the National Center of Organic Farming, Ghaziabad. And it has about 7 to 8 regional centers. This Ghaziabad center is headquartered. In 2004, implementation of the National Project on Organic Farming by NCOF. The main focus was on promotion of organic farming. Then in 2004-05, Indian Institute of Farming System Research started All India Network Project on Organic Farming. It is just like ACRIP trials. So it is being handled by this Farming System Institute in Modipuram, and they are developing package of practices. This is important for agronomy scientists, particularly because this center is being run on several state agricultural university. Maybe some of you may be involved in this project, and they have developed technology package for different crops in India, state-wise. So state-wise recommendations are available for organic crop production, including all cultural practices. They give you information on weed management, insect pest, and disease management on regional basis. Now in 2009, establishment of the Department of Organic Agriculture by Himachal Pradesh Agriculture University, Palampur. And you should be aware that ICR has also permitted state agricultural universities or institute to start MSc in organic agriculture. And they have also developed the syllabus for MSc in organic agriculture. In 2014, revision of NPOP standards, organic standards were revised. In 2015, launching of the Mission Organic Value Chain Development for Northeast region. In 2015, Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana was launched. In 2016, Sikkim was declared organic state. Again in 2016, establishment of the ICR National Organic Farming Research Institute, Sikkim. This institute is doing research on organic farming. 2016, implementation of participatory guarantee system. Friends, there is two kinds of certification program. One is third-party certification, which is run by APIDA. Other is participatory guarantee system. This is also a kind of certification program. It is being implemented by National Center of Organic and Natural Farming, Ghaziabad. Now you see in 2017, opening of the School of Organic Agriculture at College of Agriculture, Punjab Agricultural University, Ludhiana. So you see this Ludhiana Agriculture University, it was pro-chemical. They were happy to suggest farmers to use more fertilizer, more pesticides. Now they have also thought to revert back, to come to organic. And then in 2017, implementation of the Food Safety and Standard Regulation by the Food Safety and Standard Authority of India. Friends, before 2017, these organic products were not controlled by FSSAI. Now these organic products are also controlled by FSSAI. I'll discuss this part later. So introduction of Jaivik Bharat logo by the FSSAI. Now it is compulsory for all the organic products in India to have logo of Jaivik Bharat from FSSAI. In year 22, National Center of Organic Farming was renamed as National Center of Organic and Natural Farming. So natural word was inserted in the name of NCOF in year 2022. Now this was history in brief. Now we will see what is organic agriculture. Now friends, you see this is organic agriculture, simply defined as kind of agriculture which uses no any synthetic chemicals, pesticides, and which basically relies on ecological cycles. It basically relies on rely on ecological cycles. Ecological cycles means cycles which are happening in nature. You are in Soil Science Institute, so you might be knowing how nitrogen cycle happens, how phosphorus or sulfur cycle happen in nature, carbon cycle, hydrological cycle, number of natural cycles happen in nature. So in organic farming, we try not to disturb these cycles, not to disturb this cycle. We try to keep these cycles as natural as possible under the organic farming system. There are two kind of ecosystem here. One is natural forest system, other is organic farm system. So our organic farm system is kind of agro ecosystem, kind of artificial system, and your natural forest system is considered as natural system. So natural ecosystem means where there is no human interference, where there is minimum or least human interference, that is your natural ecosystem. And in artificial ecosystem, which is called as agro ecosystem, there are a lot of human interventions, lot of disturbances to the nature. So what happens, you see the things in left side picture, natural forest system, eco balance, you can see here that large number of vegetation is there. Trees are there, shrubs are there, herbs are there, wildlife is there, insect pests are there, fungi is there. So much of biodiversity in the system, larger biodiversity in the system. And therefore, because of biodiversity, this system is successful. One can become food for other, and natural cycles are happening in this. So therefore, we try to mimicry, we try to imitate this diversity in the organic farming system. That is why I said that we should have crop rotations of longer duration so that we can mimicry, we can copy the natural system in our agro ecosystem or organic farming system. So therefore, for survival or successful organic farming, we need more diversification of the crops. Similarly, this eco-balance. Eco-balance means each species in the natural ecosystem is at optimum level. No species is in excess and no species become endangered. So all are happy. Of course, one is eating other, but once the population of other is greater, then one species can control this. So natural control are happening in the natural ecosystem. So we try to mimicry in the artificial system, in the organic farm system. Mimicry by diversification, you will get more friendly insect pests above ground and below ground, so that biocontrol happens naturally. In organic farming system, you will always note that the friendly species are more for insect pests. So this is important. I can cite one study where the bats, chamgadar jante hain, chamgadar, bats population was much higher on the organic farm than on the conventional farm. That means the bats suggest, the presence of chamgadar or bat suggests that this farm is having more biodiversity, because you will have diverse insect pests that can be eaten by bat or chamgadar. Therefore, these bats are indicator of higher biodiversity. Wherever you have more bat population, that indicate higher biodiversity. In natural ecosystem, you get nutrient cycles are closed. Closed nutrient cycle means they are not losing any nutrient from the system, or they are not getting any nutrients from the outside. That means here closed cycles are happening. In natural ecosystem means whatever is lost, that is gained back. That is gained back by the natural system. But in organic farming system or agro ecosystems, they are open cycles. They are open cycles means we lose a lot of biomass from the organic farm that can go waste from the farm. Means we cannot retain everything what is produced on the farm. So therefore, full recycling is not possible. You at least harvest the grain, you take them away. And naturally, soil fertility is better under natural ecosystem. And in organic farm system, we try to protect it by cover cropping or by addition of organic matter and so on. So friends, you can see from the right side picture, this is how organic farming can be defined. That most of the time, natural cycles or ecological cycles are used, ecological engineering is used, and we try to mimicry the natural system in organic farming. If we truly can mimicry, then we can have better yields in the organic system, better performance. I give you one example of natural cycle or natural ecological engineering example. How ecology is useful. You can see this picture. This is called as push and pull for stem borer and Steiger control. So this is a theory given by Cook et al. 2007. It is from Ethiopia. In Ethiopia, they have one institute, International Center of Insect Physiology and Ecology. See, simply by intercropping system, they could manage two problems. One problem in maize, maize, sorghum, and palm millet. These three crops are infested by stem borer. Stem borer is the very destructive insect in these crops, palm millet, sorghum, and maize. Similarly, all these three crops are also affected by a parasitic weed, which is semi-root parasite. You can say it is called as Steiger. It can manufacture food by green leaves, but it takes minerals and water from the host plant, that is maize, palm millet, or sorghum. So Steiger also reduces growth of these cereal plants or these millets, and also this stem borer can reduce their growth and yield. So now how they managed, they have grown maize crop with desmodium. If I say maize crop, you can consider it as palm millet and sorghum also. So if it is maize crop and it is intercropped with desmodium, desmodium is a leguminous plant which is used as a fodder plant. So they have done intercropping of maize and desmodium. And you can see stem borer adults will come to the maize plant and they can lay down their eggs. Female will come to the maize plant and it will lay down the egg. And then it can hatch into larvae and it can affect the maize plant. But what happened? This desmodium releases certain volatile compounds. It releases certain volatile compounds, and that volatile compounds pushes this adult away from the maize plant. Means it cannot lay down eggs on the maize plant because of this desmodium. And on the boundary of the field, they have planted Napier grass. All along the boundary, Napier grass is your Pennisetum purpureum. This was planted, and this grass will attract the adult to itself. And this Napier grass also releases volatile compounds. It will pull the adult female towards it, and then adult female will sit on the Napier grass, and then it will lay down the egg. So it was pushed by desmodium away from the maize plant, and it was pulled by Napier grass by volatile compounds. So you can see this is push and pull. So insect was pushed by desmodium and pulled by Napier grass. Therefore, it is called as push and pull for stem borer and Steiger control. So now this female will lay down eggs on the Pennisetum purpureum, and the volatile compound of Pennisetum purpureum will kill the eggs. The eggs will be killed by Napier grass. So you can see the insect is controlled. If there are no egg, there will not be pupae, or there will not be larva, and then the insect is controlled. And now see how weed is controlled. This desmodium will release the volatile compounds into the soil, and those compounds will suppress the growth of the Steiger. So you can see simply by intercropping, we have controlled one insect and one weed. So such kind of things are there. So sometimes we do not know the benefit of intercropping, but there can be many benefits of intercropping that are not known to us. Now coming to the data of organic farming in the world, So you can see the data of organic farming in the world. So total area in the world is increasing. Currently, we have 96.4 million hectare area. In India, it is currently 10.2 million hectare area. And coming to the world, the number of farmers is 4.5 or 45 lakh farmers are there, out of which more than half farmers, that is 25 lakh farmers are from India. Now you see the countries with organic activities are 188. So it has a scope, friends. And I can tell here that Australia has largest area in the world under organic farming. They have 32 million hectare area under organic farming in Australia. Now coming to India, you can see the area in India is increasing. Currently, it is 7.3 million hectare area. So you can see this data later. Now you see highest area is in Madhya Pradesh, followed by Maharashtra, Rajasthan. Production is highest in Madhya Pradesh, and all agricultural products are produced by organic farming. You can see oilseed, sugarcane, cereals, pulses, millets, tea, coffee, all kind of agricultural products are organic now. And we export to number of countries these organic products. And APIDA is the implementation agency of National Program for Organic Production. So responsibility of National Program for Organic Production is to develop organic standards, number one, and number two, promote organic farming in India. Number three, control the export and import. And another important role is in the certification of organic products. Now, friends, we see the components of organic farming. If you are a student, if you are a teacher, if you are a farmer, if you are administrator or a stakeholder, whatsoever you are, if you have any interest in organic farming, you need to know 4 things. So these 4 things we need to learn in organic farming. Organic standards knowledge is necessary. Number 2, certification process, we should know how it is done, what does it mean. Number 3, technology package. If you are producing the crops, if you are producing fisheries, if you are doing any agriculture sector, you should know the technology package. You should also know the processing, how processing can be done, how value addition can be done. So these are all technology packages. So as I told you that Indian Institute of Farming System Research is developing technology packages, and individual research institutions and SAUs are also developing organic packages. I know in Pantnagar, they are doing some work on organic farming. In Himachal, in Gujarat, there are certain universities which are doing work on organic farming. In Northeast, so there are some sports or places here and there in the country where general universities and ICR institutes or state agricultural universities are also developing technology package. And finally, the 4th component is market network. How to sell, where to sell, and how to get more profit from organic products. So marketing is also important. So these are 4 important core pillars. I'll discuss in brief, very brief about these 4 aspects. स्लाइड मूव हुई डॉक्टर मीना? स्लाइड मूव हुई?
यस सर, हो रही है सर।
ठीक है। अब ये लगा ना ऑर्गेनिक स्टैंडर्ड्स एंड सर्टिफिकेशन एनपीओपी।
यस सर।
ठीक है। सो फ्रेंड्स, ऑर्गेनिक स्टैंडर्ड्स एंड सर्टिफिकेशन, both these processes are governed by an NPOP, National Program for Organic Production. This program was launched in 2001, and our standard and certification processes are recognized by world countries. Most countries accept our standards, and we accept their standards. We accept their certification also, which is called as equivalence. Equivalence with European Union, Switzerland, as well as USDA. And it is operated by APIDA. And anybody interested to know more about organic standards, certification, and organic agriculture, organic data, you can browse the website of apida.gov.in. You will get all official information about organic farming in India on this website. Go to apida.gov.in, and there you will find the list of certification agency. You will find what are organic standards. You will find who is exporter, importer, and every kind of data is there. If you want to know what is area of organic farming in Sikkim in year 23-24, so you can get all sorts of data from that website. And now see organic standards. So what are organic standards? These are actually do's and don'ts, what a farmer can do. Or in other words, simply, you are scientists, you know, when we write a research paper, we always write materials and methods. So these is organic standards means materials and methods. What materials we have used in conducting the research? We have used fertilizer, we have used seed, we have used a variety of materials we used. So similarly, methods. So we need to describe methods. So similarly here also, farmers need to adopt or need to do or need to use the materials which are listed in the organic standards, which are listed in the document. So this document is called as Constitution of Organic Farming. You can simply say this is a kind of constitution where guidelines are given, how you can do organic farming, what can be added, what cannot be added under different enterprises. These standards are available for fisheries, for bee keeping, for sericulture, apiculture, हर चीज के लिए है. And then these are developed by APIDA. Now, similarly, certification. Certification is offered in all the areas or allied sectors of agriculture, like crop production, wild harvest collection. Friend, wild harvest collection means your non-arable area. Non-arable area, you can have forestry products, you can have honeybees in wild. So this is called as wild harvest collection. Livestock standards are available. Livestock means our animals, farm animals, your cows and buffaloes, and sericulture, apiculture, aquaculture, food processing, animal feed processing. So almost all areas are covered by certification process. And the standards will be different for all these different areas. The standard for sericulture may be different from standards of crop production. Now, friends, certification is of two types. So first question comes, why we need certification? Certification is required to win the trust of the consumer. How a person who is spending money will trust whether the product is truly organic, whether it is genuinely organic. So to win the trust of consumer, we need certification. So in this case, there is two kind of certification, third party and participatory guarantee system. Only two kind of certification process exist in India. So first is third party. It is called third party because first party is farmer, second party is consumer, and third party is the party which is doing certification. किसी ने कहा है कि मियाँ बीबी राजी तो क्या करेगा काजी. Means if husband and wife are agreeing to marry, what this Pandit will do? So Pandit is third party actually. First party is दूल्हा, second party is दुल्हन. Who is this third party? इसकी क्या जरूरत है पंडित की भाई? So similarly, third party is the certification agency which is doing the job of certification. And participatory guarantee system is also a kind of approach, and we can see the difference in these two. And you can see the last slide, these logos are there. So you can see these logos. India Organic logo is given on the right side top corner to the product which are third party certified. And these are two logos given by PGS. First logo, this PGS India Green, is given during conversion period. This is to benefit the farmer because during conversion period, yields are low. So PGS Green is given, and when your conversion period is over, then you give this PGS India Organic logo. These are three different logo. And besides these three logo, every organic product should have one Jaivik Bharat logo, which is also necessary. Now you can see the difference in these two kind of certification process. So NPOP is third-party certification and PGS is your participatory guarantee system. So both are basically based upon national organic farming standards, national standards of organic production. The NPOP certification or third-party certification is very expensive and very exhaustive. Farmers need to maintain number of register, number of document on the farm. Those are to be verified by the inspectors who will visit regularly organic farms. PGS is very simple. It is online process. Farmer need not to walk from one place to another place. It is mostly online process, simple process, this PGS. NPOP, this procedure is widely accepted. If you want to export your product, then you should always have third-party certification. The PGS is not allowed to export the product. So not accepted widely. Cost intensive. The third-party certification is very cost intensive. 1 acre certification charges are 40,000 to 50,000 rupees. However, PGS is almost free. And this NPOP is applicable for individual or growers group. Means one farmer can come or group can come in NPOP. However, in PGS, it is always in group. So growers need to make a group, then PGS can be done. So these are the differences in NPOP and PGS. Now another regulatory mechanism has come. Please do not bother about it. The data which is shown on the figure on this slide, I will explain you in 2 sentences. So what happens, as you have seen that in India, we have large number of farmers. There are 25 lakh farmers. That means they are mostly small farmers. So farmers having annual turnover of less than 12 lakh rupees. Farmers having annual turnover, annual income from organic farming by less than 12 lakh. 12 lakh se kam hai, less than 12 lakh. They need not to go for certification process. They can sell their product, organic product in the market without certification. So they do not need to oblige FSSAI also. They don't need Jaivik Bharat certificate. So this is easier. But those who are earning more than 12 lakh rupees per year, they should get this Jaivik Bharat logo from FSSAI. It is compulsory. So what can farmers do who are not getting Jaivik Bharat logo? So they can sell their product by giving some names like Dinesh Organic, Suresh Organic, or they can sell organically produced like that. They can sell in the market. So now you can see this Jaivik Bharat logo has to be there and some registration number of FSSAI. So has to be there. So whenever you want to buy organic product, you go to the market, just see if Jaivik Bharat is there. That means it has been certified by some agencies. So you can trust the product. Now, friends, coming to the technology packages, tools and practices. So important thing is the choice of crops and varieties. So crops, it is not that you can go for every crop's organic farming. You need to be choosy. In the beginning, it is suggested if you are going to start organic farming, let us take the crops which require less nutrients. The less nutrient requiring crops should be chosen. Number 1. Number 2, the low volume crop. Low volume crop or high value crops should be chosen, like spices and small millets. They can be chosen, spices, small millets, or oil seeds and certain pulses. These should be the first crop and initial crops. We shouldn't start from sugarcane. We shouldn't start from potato or say bigger crops, the crops which require more nutrients and which also have more insect pest and disease problem. So we should choose such kind of crops in the beginning. And once 8 or 10 years are passed, then we can think of having those kind of crops. And we should always adopt crop rotations, mixed and intercropping. And in variety selection, we should see that the varieties which require less nutrient should be chosen, or say early maturing varieties should be preferred. They generally require less nutrients. And also insect pest and disease tolerant or resistant varieties should be chosen. So we need to go in consideration of varieties. Sowing time doesn't matter whether you are going for conventional farming or organic farming. Sowing time is same for both. Tillage operation, it is your choice. You can go for tillage or no tillage. Nutrient management is very important part in organic farming, and we have variety of sources in nutrient management bearing chemical fertilizer. Insect pest disease management, ecological approaches are available to control weed, insect pest and disease, or simply I can say that you can follow integrated pest management minus chemicals, minus insecticide. Harvesting, threshing and storage, this is done almost same way what we do in conventional farming. But here we should give emphasis that there is no contamination from conventional farming to organic farming. Many times farmers have common machines, common animal. So care should be taken. The tractor should be cleaned before moving to the organic farming area from conventional area. So such precautions are required. And also you need to maintain a buffer zone of about 3 meters all along the field to demarcate or to separate it from the conventional farming fields. So these are technology package. Now the last part of this component is marketing network, how to sell. So friends, there are same channels of marketing. What channel we have for conventional product? Same kind of channels are there, but certain innovations have come in the people's mind. Some innovative organic farmers are doing marketing in a better way. And the marketing is not just for the output. Marketing can be for input also. Our rural youth can be employed in marketing of output as well as input. Now biofertilizers are manufactured at a village level, or certain startup have come who are producing biopesticide at a smaller scale. And so inputs can be produced, inputs can be marketing, vermicompost, compost, biofertilizers, biopesticides can be produced at village level, and they can be sold in market. Now coming to why people like to eat, you see the left side, green ink. So why people like to use organic product? What compels them to eat? So first preference is for health. I want to buy product because I will remain healthy. This is the first feeling of the people in buying organic product or preferring organic product. Second choice could be environment. Third choice could be taste. So environment means some people may be thinking that if I use organic product, that means I am protecting the environment. I am helping the environment to get better, to improve in quality. Taste is better, people say. Then animal welfare is always there in organic farming. So many people think that animal welfare is maintained because you have organic crops. We can also have organic meat, organic anda, organic egg, or organic fish. These days, friends, everything can be organic. Your pen can be organic. Your thought can be organic. So this organic word is used very frequently these days. And organic milk is common, you must be listening. So if you produce organic animal product, then they should eat organic plant product. Naturally, they should eat organic plant product. So in animal welfare, antibiotics are not allowed. Antibiotics are not allowed for animals. And these vaccines and growth promoters, many times, small chicks of hen or poultry, they are given some injections at early stage so that they become, they produce more meat in less time. Believe me, you visit any local poultry, lot of chemicals are given to the poultry. If you see them, you will never eat hen, never eat murga, kabhi nahi khaoge. Believe me. Gangaram studies long back suggested that these poultry meat has very large concentration of antibiotics in them, and people are not getting affected by antibiotic doses. They need more and more doses of antibiotics. I'm not saying that you don't eat murga or poultry. You can eat. You are free to eat. I have nothing to say in it. But if you at all want to eat organic murga. ठीक है, कल से it may have less antibiotic. So animal welfare is always there. Minimal processing. Novelty is also there. Novelty means that we are having some variety of food or new food, and fashion is also there. Particularly ladies. Suppose मेरी वाइफ पड़ोस में बोलती है कि भाई मैं अपने बच्चों को ऑर्गेनिक फूड देती हूँ, तो ये एक तरह का कई बार स्टेटस सिंबल भी बन जाता है. तो कुछ लोग इसलिए ऑर्गेनिक फूड खरीदते कि भाई ये फैशन में आ रहा है, हम जो है वो मतलब अपने आप को बड़ा बताएंगे. एनीवेज, now attributes most likely to limit consumption. Why people don't want to use organic food or don't want to buy organic food? Because they are high in price, limited availability, they are interrelated. Because availability is low, therefore they are high in price. Skepticism. Many times consumer is not sure that this product is genuinely organic. So they may doubt integrity of the product. So therefore, many consumers don't want. Poor appearance, non-awareness of organic product, and variety of things are there. Now you see, latest thing in organic farming marketing is that government started one website, online portal, jaivikkheti.in. It works the way Flipkart or your Amazon or any other portal works. So here buyer and sellers can interact, and everything is online. They can see the product online and how much product a farmer is having, what is the price, and you can see the color or shape of the products, everything just like your other online platforms. And one important point here is that it is arranged by Government of India. It is Sarkari site. Now, the last for today, Dr. Meena, can I take 10 minutes more?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ठीक है, 10 minutes ले ले?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now this is last part of today's lecture, and there are different impacts of organic farming. It impacts life of biotic and abiotic components of any ecosystem in several ways. You can go on adding impacts of organic farming, but broadly we can divide them into 6. One is impact on production and productivity, impact on sustainability, impact on food quality and safety, and then I will discuss the first 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6 I will not be able to discuss because of paucity of time. We have limitation of time. So far income and economics is concerned, the studies, many studies are in favor that organic farming improves income, firstly by using more of own farm resources, less of purchased resources, provided crop rotations are adopted. This condition is qualified only when crop diversification is adopted. So you can use own farm resources more, so less need to buy inputs from outside. And also you would be sure that premium price is always there for organic product. At least you will get 25 to 50% more price for organic product. But it can be, friends, sometimes it can be, say, 200 times, 100 times, many times, means it depends how best you are selling. I give you one example. You can do this exercise in your free time, today, evening or night. You can put price of atta, wheat flour, gehu ka atta. Price of wheat flour in the market may be 30 rupees, 35 rupees for 1 kg. Just you type of rate of organic wheat flour. Organic wheat flour. you will find 200 rupees. You will find up to 700 rupees a kg. For 1 kg organic wheat का आटा बहुत सी कंपनी 700 रुपए किलो बेच रही है, आप देख लेना. Similarly, you type any product, organic rajma, organic masoor, organic lentil, whatever you want, and you can compare the prices in the market. You'll find many folds more prices, but unfortunately, those prices are not reaching to the farmers. It is mostly middlemen which take advantage of packing, advantage of processing, and so on. So, economics and soil and ecosystem, I think there is no doubt that soil health is improved by organic farming, mainly because of two, three reasons. One is that you add organic matter in soil in form of manures. Second is that you follow crop rotations. You take legume plants also. Number two, and number three, you do not use pesticides. So pesticides, no use of pesticides increases your soil health, particularly biological soil health is improved. So there are three reasons why soil health is improved. Number one, addition of organic matter. Number two, diversification and inclusion of leguminous plant. And number three, reduce or no use of pesticides, chemical pesticides. And so the ecosystem health is also improved because you are not using pesticides. Climate and air quality improves because, these fertilizers pollute the environment and air also. And also they go for carbon sequestration. Carbon sequestration improves in organic farmer, less leaching of nitrate from the soil, then groundwater is safe compared to fertilizer use. And also there is less erosion. Less soil erosion means less runoff. Less runoff means less loss of nutrients. And also at one particular point of time, the nutrient in nitrate content is less in organic system compared to conventional system. So therefore you can see number of advantages or impacts are there. Most of the time you have positive impact of organic farming on different areas. Now I will discuss yield and quality. Now coming to comparing the yields of organic and conventional farming. So large number of studies have been conducted on organic farming. So friends, there is about say 15 to 35% reduction in yield. During initial 3 to 4 years, the yield falls, there is reduction in the grain yield of any crop. Any crop is starting from 15 to 35% or maybe up to 40%. But this yield reduction is very, very subjective, very, very subjective. If you convert to organic farming in intensive areas, intensive cultivation area, take example of Punjab, where soils are being fed with large amount of fertilizers and large amount of pesticide. Under those conditions, if you convert to organic farming, the conversion to organic farming or organic soils takes a lot of time. So decline is more under Punjab conditions than in Madhya Pradesh or Rajasthan condition or Sikkim condition. Because under those conditions, there is very less use of pesticide, less use of fertilizers. So soils are already closer to the organic soils. So therefore, conversion is quick in case of rain-fed areas or low productive areas. So this is one that this percentage reduction in yield is subject to kind of soils, kind of climate and availability of resources. Second is that which crop we are taking. If we are taking sugarcane, if we are taking potato or crops which require very high nutrient required doses, in those crops reduction is more compared to the crops where nutrient requirement is less. Best example is pulses. Pulses require less nutrient than sugarcane, rice, wheat. So therefore, reduction in yield in pulses will be less compared to all these crops, heavy feeder crops. So this is simple, means you need to see that in some cases it is only 15% reduction and in some cases it is large reduction. Now you can see the data. This data is from our institute. And you can see that only one practice of addition of this mung bean. I think many of you know about the effect of mung bean in rice wheat rotation. It improves the yield of rice and wheat, and it also helps in improving the fertility of the soil. Now see, this is more important data, and this is by Dr. Ravi Shankar from Meerut, Modipuram. He's doing wonderful job. He's coordinating the organic farming, this ACRIP kind of work. And he summarized this data after 8 years, after 7 to 8 year cycles of different crops at different location in the country. So you can see that they have conducted large number of trials across India under the network project. You can see number of trials in different crops. So you can see the organic over inorganic. How much is the change after 7th or 8th year? Initially, there was decline in the yield. So now you can see that in basmati rice, it was almost 104%. 104% means you can say equal yield. Equal yield in conventional and equal yield in organic. So wherever you see 100 or more, means the yields are equal or more in organic farming over the conventional farming. If you see less than 100 value, that means yields are lower in organic farming than in conventional farming. So in crops like here you can see rice, maize, sorghum, mung bean, chickpea, soybean, yield was more or equal in organic farming to conventional farming. But in crops like wheat, mustard, sunflower, the yields were still less after 8th cycle. It was roughly 10%, 5 to 7% less in organic farming than in conventional farming. This is what you can see here. Yield of basmati rice, soybean, garlic, peanuts, cauliflower, and tomato was 4 to 6% higher than the conventional farming. This is summary of the table. Mung, onion, chili, cabbage, and turmeric yields were 7 to 14% higher over the conventional farming. So depending upon the crop, you can see the yield decline is there. Wheat, mustard, lentil, potato, rajma yields were 5 to 8% lower than the yield obtained from the conventional farming. So you can say here the yields were lower. The amount of biocarbon increased by 22% in 6 years from organic farming. Number of microbes also increased. So this study from America, this is Rodale Institute in USA. It also said that in organic farming, yields are equal. This is under rain-fed conditions. Yields are equal, profit is more in organic, energy consumption is less in organic, and greenhouse gas emission is also less. So you can see this is quite interesting. And one more fact here I wish to tell you, if there is drought, then organic farming can give you better results than conventional farming under drought conditions because of more organic matter. And also under comparable conditions, you will need less irrigation in organic farming than in conventional farming because of improved water holding capacity. Now coming to the last item for today, it is food quality. So food quality in India, you can see this report is from Down to Earth. And this clearly says that protein levels in Indian food are declining. Suppose your lentil was having 25% protein 30 years before. Now it is having, say, 22.5% protein. Means there is 2.5% reduction in protein in lentil. So such kind of data is there. And you can think that it may be, it is right also, because it is from very authentic source. The National Institute of Nutrition, you can see the website of this institute. This is CSIR Institute, and it actually prepares the composition of Indian food items. What is the protein level, what are vitamin, what are nutrients, etc. in organic system. So during 28 years, from 1989 to 2017, they have said there is reduction in the nutrients. In bajra, 8.5% reduction in the nutrient. Whole wheat, there is 9% reduction. So you can see protein content in lentil, there is 10% less protein. In potato, thiamine means you can see vitamins, minerals, these nutritional composition of our Indian food is declining. And you can see another case in tomato, thiamine, iron, and zinc levels are declining. And you should not surprise also. You should not surprise also because you must be having some background of soil science, you are there. Because our soils are deficient in nutrients, they are getting more and more deficient in nutrients. So if soil is not supplying these nutrients, how can if nitrogen is not there in the soil, how it can the protein content will increase without nitrogen or sulfur? Similarly, means iron availability is not there. How our apple will be rich in iron? So first reason for this decline is reduction in soil fertility, number one. Number two is climate change. Your concentration of CO2 is increasing in the environment, and because of this, there is increased photosynthesis rate. This increased photosynthesis rate means more carbon fixation, therefore dilution of the nutrient content. Because of dilution effect, so there are two reasons. One is reduced soil fertility, other is your climate change. You can say climate change is responsible for reduced quality. So now you see, not just quality, but we are eating poison, as I told you before also. You can see there are a number of news from India in newspapers, which clearly prove that whatever we eat, any food item, they are full of pesticides. Many times, even the banned pesticide, you can find DDT residues more than the permissible limits. BSC, they are already banned. These pesticides are still there. Indosulfan is there. So you can go on thinking. Just you can Google pesticide in foods. You'll find every day they are in news. So extent, you can see one extent. Now pesticide found in breast milk, mother's milk. Mother's milk is full of pesticide. What will happen to newly born children? I have come across many cases where children have developed cancer in their pregnancy. Cancer immediately after the birth has been reported in children. So these are the serious issues of pesticide. I'm not going to detail. So in conventional products, you are sure to have pesticides, means they are not safe. But what are the qualities in organic product? Organic plant products are more dry matter. They have more dry matter and minerals, and they have more antioxidant. At least 50% more antioxidants are there in organic products. And these organic products contain more polyunsaturated fatty acid. Means fat of organic products is superior than the conventional products. And similarly in meat also, meat product, animal product, they are much safer than the non-organic products. And most of the organic products are pesticide free. 94 to 100% organic products are pesticide free. But up to 6% organic products can also have some pesticide because of rainfall, because of irrigation water. Your groundwater is polluted, it is having pesticide, you cannot escape. So you can have some pesticide still in organic products. And there are some constraints in organic farming: shortage of organic seed, lack of efficient marketing system, lower crop yields initially and in some cases, low income during transition period, non-availability of premium prices many times, lack of technology package for varying crops is still not available under many situations, limited availability of organic manures and biofertilizer, very important constraint I can discuss at length, complexity in certification process, and then weak linkage among the organic organization, lack of infrastructure, high cost. And finally, these are the questions, and you can note down question, you can ask me question. If your question is similar, first you read these questions. If any question is not known to you, you can ask me, just note down, because I will unshare this presentation now. And then I will take your questions. हो गया नोट?
हाँ सर।
ओके, ठीक है. So I invite your questions.
सर नमस्कार सर।
I am Dr.
Hello,
Rajesh
sir.
Yadav, Assistant Professor Soil Science from Agriculture Institute, Kota. Sir, actually, I want to ask that in Kharif season in Kota, actually we are having heavy soils of vertisol. So in Kharif season, every time we are due to high rainfall or other weed infestation or pesticide, our crop is going to failure in organic farming. So how to overcome this soil?
See, this is not problem of organic farming. This is problem of water management. See, you need to,
Weeds,
you need, hai,
weeds,
what organic, you cannot blame organic farming or type of farming you are doing. It is in vertisols, you are saying that water stagnation is there, and because of which you are not able to grow the crop. Is it your question?
Yes, sir. And the
So this is
weeds infestation also high, sir, in the Kharif season.
that is okay. Means your question can be that pest infestation is more in Kharif season than in Rabi season. So answer is that in Kharif season, your pest infestation is more because of high humidity, high temperature. This is one. And why in organic? Why in organic? I tell you, you need to adopt the crop rotation. If crop rotations are not adopted, pest problem will be more in organic farming. And in 1 year or 2 years, you cannot judge the benefit of organic farming with respect to pest management. You have to do it for 3, 4, 5 years continuously. After that, you will realize the benefit of organic farming in insect, pest, and disease management. Because the biodiversity build up in some years. It takes time to build up biodiversity. Once the biodiversity is built up well in 6 years, 7 years, then you will realize the benefits of insect pest management. Because insect pests, it takes time for them also to adjust to the new environment. So this is what I can say about insect pests.
Good morning, sir.
गुड मॉर्निंग.
This side. कैसे हैं सर?
बहुत बढ़िया सर. आप सुनाओ, आपके क्या हाल है?
सर विकास बोल रहा हूँ.
अरे विकास, नमस्ते भाई विकास.
कैसे हैं
तेरा
सर?
पता ही नहीं लगा यार. तेरा
सर
खुशी हुई देख के तुझे आज.
सर एक छोटा सा डाउट है इसमें. Regarding beans, people are saying that the initially yield is low, but after some time it will cope up with the years. Now 3 years back there was a crisis in Sri Lanka. So everybody was blaming organic farming. Is it true or something like propaganda? If it is true,
You
then
are to-
what quality practices
you are-
they have followed?
I got your question. You are talking about Sri Lanka case?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Friends, listen to me. Sri Lanka became bankrupt within 2 months or 3 months. The president of that country was hiding the fact from the public that they have become financially bankrupt. I think you must be remembering Lankan story. So what happened? The best way to escape his own skin, he said, because they did not have money to buy fertilizers from China. They used to buy most fertilizer from China, and they did not have money to buy fertilizer. So if money was not there, how can they buy the fertilizer? Number one. Number two, that he said, okay, we are converting to organic. Because fertilizer was not available. So he said, we are converting to organic. Whole India can be converted into organic farming. That was just an escape route for him. So within 2 months, suddenly if you leave or using fertilizer, you do not have manures also. So how come this organic farming can compensate? Because you have not started actually. So in 1 year, how can you blame organic farming? Within 6 months, because there are lobbies, because one lobby belongs to pesticide, one lobby belongs to fertilizer. Now we got one more lobby for GM crops, one more lobby for even the growth promoters now. It is also a lobby of growth promoters everywhere. So it is difficult. So those people of pesticide companies, they blamed organic farming. But it was not started at all. They were just switching from conventional to organic farming. Had they done it for 5 years, 10 years, then you can blame organic farming. See, India never went for horizontal adoption of organic farming. India was very intelligent. It has allowed only Sikkim to be a fully organic state. And you would surprise that area is only 75,000 hectares. It is not a big deal at all. So people criticize organic farming that India will not have food, people will die. That is not the case. Nobody is taking organic farming to whole India. It is this Integrated Farming System Research Institute, they have classified Indian state into three categories: first tier state, second tier state, three tier state. First tier state, you can straightway implement organic farming, and almost all the northeastern states are first tier state. Means their use of pesticide and fertilizer is minimum. Straightway you can do organic farming because productivity will not be affected. And another is your two-tier state is Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, where comparatively more fertilizer use, but less use than Telangana, Bihar, or Punjab, Haryana. So those are second-tier state where certain pockets can be identified for organic farming. And third is towards organic state. These are your Punjab or Haryana, etc., etc. Another point I want to tell you that people wanted to blame organic farming even in Sikkim. And they have said because of organic farming, the productivity of crops have declined in Sikkim. But do you know the data they have taken? That data belong to drought year. That particular year, there was a drought, so they manipulated the data. Now, many times administrator, politicians, they manipulate their data so that it suits to their policies. That is all. Thank you. Any other question?
Yes, sir. Sir, you have told that the farmer with less than 12 lakh turnover did not need the certification. And
Yes.
yeah, he had to sell his product with his own brand name. But वो कहाँ पैसा उसको विश्वास रहेगा ये ऑर्गेनिक है
है?
उसने अगर खुद के ब्रांड नेम से प्रोडक्ट बेच रहा है वो 12 लाख से कम
हाँ,
टर्नओवर
हाँ.
तो उसको
He can sell.
सर्टिफिकेशन
है?
उसको सर्टिफिकेशन की जरूरत नहीं है जिसका 12 लाख से कम
नहीं, not required.
तो वो जो मार्केट में बेचेंगे वो प्रोडक्ट को तो उससे तो ग्राहक कैसा बिलीव करेगा ये ऑर्गेनिक
He can write organically produced. Organically produced means legal action cannot be taken against such farmers if he writes organically produced.
तो फिर कोई भी फार्मर बाहर का भी कोई फार्मर जिसने ऑर्गेनिकली प्रोड्यूस नहीं किया वो भी ऐसा बेच सकता है सर
भाई इसके जो implications है वो तो मैंने कुछ देखा नहीं, ज्यादा आइडिया नहीं है उतने implications, but it will have implications. I agree to your views that it will have implications. वो तो अब इंडिया में अब देखो रात को मैंने सुना है कोई फर्टिलाइजर डाला है तो अब उसको कौन रोक सकता है डॉक्टर साहब? तो वो तो हमारी नेचर है, क्या ह्यूमन की नेचर है. अमेरिका का कौन सा ईमानदार होता है? सब गड़बड़ी करते हैं.
सर एक क्वेश्चन मेरा था एक्चुअली क्योंकि जो ऑर्गेनिक प्रोडक्ट है इसकी प्राइस बहुत हाई रखते हैं लोग एक्चुअली. जैसे अभी आपने कहा कि व्हीट फ्लोर है और जो हम देखते हैं तो लगभग 7 रुपए के मिलता है. और तो क्या कोई एक ऐसा स्टैंडर्डाइज प्रोटोकॉल बनाया जा सकता है या कुछ ऐसा एक पॉलिसी बनाई जा सकती है जो मिनिमम मार्जिन पे मार्केट में दी जा सके जिससे लोगों को कम से
डॉक्टर साहब वो समझ गया. आई गोट योर क्वेश्चन. देखिए अभी तक तो पॉलिसी कन्वेंशनल के लिए भी नहीं बनी. किसान चंडीगढ़ जा रहा है, अभी भी एमएसपी उसको नहीं मिल रहा है. पॉलिसी तो उसके लिए भी बनी नहीं, नाम के लिए है एमएसपी लेकिन मिलता नहीं. तो इसके लिए तो बाद में आएगा. फ्रेंड्स, आई विश टू टेल यू that lot of business has entered our agriculture. Lot of business has entered our, wherever business interests are there, those areas proliferate much faster. In organic, many business gharanas or business people entered. So government will not have control on such kind of things. They will have free hand. In organic also, it is difficult to, that is different economy. That is not common economy of the country. Those rich people, they can make their way. So it is very difficult to do that. Adani's, Ambani's, Reliance and so on. These are there. So you cannot handle those people. Now see, I tell you one more example of conservation agriculture. The people are selling pesticide and so on. Similarly, latest case is fermented organic manure. You can study in detail about fermented organic manure. Now, every ICR institute, every SAUs is talking of fermented organic manure. Why? because Adani has made several plants. Reliance have made several plants. Now Reliance has given 100 crore rupees funding to IGFRA, Indian Grassland Fodder Research Institute, to develop varieties of hybrid Napier that give you more yields, more biomass, because they have put a plant to produce methane and they need some biomass. So Reliance is funding several other projects in India now. Lot of private players have come in FOM. So thing is, I cannot say everything here, but I wish to tell you that whenever the business people enter the agriculture, they are looking for a piece of bread from agriculture. These people, they will sell the same manure, which is, I have produced biomass, I have animal, I have dung is mine, and you will extract the methane, take it away, and FOM is left, and that will be used by me. And again, I need to purchase it. You are getting the point? This is how business is done. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
और कोई पूछो, और कोई क्वेश्चन किसी का भी पूछ लो जो जी में आ रहा।
हाँ सर, नमस्ते, मालूराम फ्रॉम गुरुग्राम जयपुर। सर मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि राइस और व्हीट को लेकर कुछ एक्सपेरिमेंट हुए हैं सर, ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग वर्सेस कन्वेंशनल फार्मिंग अपने IRI में, और अगर हुए हैं सर तो बोथ दे आर रिक्वायरिंग मोर न्यूट्रिएंट ना सर, तो थ्रू ऑर्गेनिक हम कितना कैसे सप्लाई कर पाएंगे न्यूट्रिएंट?
आपकी बात ठीक है डॉक्टर साहब, बिल्कुल ठीक है। एक्चुअली in IRA, this trial, we have two long-term trials. One was started looking after by Dr. Y.S. Shive, who is my senior, and one is looked after by me. And these trials were started in 2003, and initial 3 years were conversion period. So that time we did not thought much about the diversification because we did not have much experience. So in research also, one can commit some mistakes. So we continued, we started organic trial since 2006, and it continued up to 2016. And after completion of 10 years, we realized that it was a mistake not to follow long-term rotation, not to have long-term rotations. So we can correct the mistakes that have been committed. But in this case, we were intelligent enough to include basmati rice, because nutrient requirement of basmati rice is less than the high-yielding varieties. This is number one. In one experiment, we tried to give nutrients from 3-4 different sources. We have treatment like farmyard manure, we have crop residues, we have biofertilizer, and we have legume also. Legume was in the rotation, and 3 different sources were combined. And for example, crop residue 2.5 tons per hectare, biofertilizer, number of biofertilizers were used, and we were successful in getting good yields, because the needful requirement, suppose it was 80 kg nitrogen per hectare was to be given, so we have taken care, and this will have residual effect also. After that, we have made papers have been published. Now students are publishing some papers. If you need more information, I'll give you papers. Recently, Anita Kumawat, she has published very good paper in field crop research in many journals of repute from this work. And also one scientist from Modipuram, Meena, Amritlal Meena, he has also done work in that experiment. He's also published paper, and we can share all those papers with you. And now from that onward, we have taken rotations like maize, wheat, we have included Sesbania, we have done for soybean, so variety of rotations, and now we are doing it on mustard, baby corn. So now we are changing rotations. Thank you. पूछ लो, और कोई मन में हो तो पूछ सकते हो कोई। बहुत हो गए। और विकास कैसा है?
बढ़िया है सर, एकदम ओके सर।
Good.
Thank you so much, sir, for excellent communication and discussion. Now, I feel honored and privileged to get the opportunity to propose a vote of thanks. I, on behalf of Director ICR ISS Bhopal, and I, on my personal behalf, convey deep regards and hearty thanks to sir for really agreed to deliver a lecture in this 21 days training program and sharing your vision own conservation agriculture based on organic farming, or you can say the organic agriculture, organic conservation agriculture. Who makes the best in the world? Sir, we are greatly grateful for your thought-provoking lecture on conservation agriculture. I am immensely benefited by your inspiring lecture. Sir, we assure you to continue to work in this direction for creating a knowledgeable agriculture scientist for the society. Sir, my enormous respect to you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for delivering.
So from my side, thank you to all the participants. Thank you very much to all. And if you have any question, anything in your mind about organic farming, you can write me email. You can write me email. Vikas will give you my email, or it is on the PPT. I will surely answer your questions related to organic farming or any other aspect of agriculture that I can answer. So I would welcome it. May not be immediately I will reply, but I will surely reply. I may take time, but surely reply to your email. Thank you, Bharat. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.